Most Guyanese believe politicians are corrupt. Somalia escapes yet again. And EPA evaluating 6 excellent developments. I'm Enrico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. News happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. 69% of Guyanese believe that most or all members of political parties here in the nation are involved in corrupt practices, according to the World Justice Project Report 2022, which was released on Wednesday. This was a key finding of the report taken from the general population poll conducted for the World Justice Project in 2022. In its section on corruption, the report said, quote, between 2018 and 2022, public views on the pervasiveness of corruption within the legislature, the executive branch, the judiciary, and law enforcement deteriorated in Guyana. Perceptions of corruption deteriorated most for judges and magistrates, and public defense attorneys, with a 25 and 24-point increase respectively in the percentage of respondents who believe that most or all of these actors engage in corrupt practices. This is truly a condemnation of our system as a whole. Speaking of corruption, Jagdeo said he will appeal the court acquittal of former Finance Minister Winston Jordan's misconduct in public office charges. Jagdeo expressed surprise that the magistrate disregarded the Chief Justice's decision, recognizing Jordan as a public officer. The Minister of Legal Affairs also criticized the ruling, stating that it was based on an erroneous interpretation of the law, which could undermine public confidence in the administration of justice. Though the Association for Women Lawyers in Guyana criticized Nandalaw's commentary as an attack on the judiciary, Jagdeo defended it as Nandalaw's right to a fair comment. Mark Royden Williams is on the run yet again. The death row inmate who was serving a sentence for his role in the 2008 Parikha Massacre and was recently convicted of murdering a soldier has escaped from the Mazaruni prison. Williams was convicted of killing 12 people during the massacre and of shooting a GDF corporal in 2008. Details of his escape are not yet available to the press. Williams was previously apprehended after escaping from the Camp Street prison in Georgetown in 2017. Opposition leader Aubrey Norton expressed support for a possible industrial strike by the Ghana Teachers Union following the government's failure to attend a scheduled meeting to finalize a multi-year agreement that could see teachers earning twice their current salaries. Norton believes the government's reluctance to honor the agreement is a tactic to divide and conquer the public sector, and supports the strike as a means of sending a message to the administration. Hopefully, less people will now get robbed at the seawall following the establishment of a new police outpost yesterday at the Georgetown seawall. It will be manned by 10 police officers. The force ensured that the outpost's electrical fittings and AC units were in order for the comfort of their officers. Now, hopefully they won't be so comfortable that they don't even go outside to help anyone in need. Just saying. Following a devastating fire earlier this year, the upgrade of the Parikha Market in Region 3 is progressing swiftly. Minister Nigel Darnlall anticipates its full completion by June of 2023. He announced this on Thursday during a visit to the worksite. The Ministry of Agriculture will spend $2.7 billion to construct 3 pump stations in Regions 3 and 4 to mitigate flooding. The National Drainage and Irrigation Authority will undertake the construction at Metamirzo, Padroin, and Jimbo. Bellevue will also receive a sluice/pump station. The pump stations will benefit farmers and residents in those regions, and the government plans to invest $19.7 billion to upgrade drainage and irrigation systems across the nation. Preparatory works have already started in Letterkenny for a pump station, and last year, a contract was signed for a new pump station in the Canal No. 1 area. Independence Day is coming up, so it's time to declare independence from breakdowns with Powered Automotive. They have reliable, high-quality truck parts and spares for your truck at amazing prices. Visit them at Lot 490 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GTEats is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GTEats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. A 41-year-old shopkeeper, Remington Peters, was stabbed 3 times, including to his chest on May the 14th at Devil Hole Island on the Guyana River. Peters had a misunderstanding with a group of men early in the day, and one of the suspects later returned and stabbed him. The suspects are believed to be Venezuelan nationals, and no one was around at the time when the incident occurred. Peters is currently hospitalized in a serious condition. Also in the interior, the tracked CHPA housing scheme in Latam Region 9 will receive a $507 million injection for further development, including a new well and electrical networks. Over 200 persons allocated lands in the area will sign up for their agreement of sale and certificates of title. Additionally, 100 homes will be constructed in various communities in Region 9 as part of the Hinterland Housing Program. The CXC confirmed that the math paper 2 for CSEC was leaked before the exams. Ghana's education minister, although, stated that the paper was not leaked here. CXC will mark paper 1 and the school-based assessment, but will disregard mathematics paper 2 due to the leak. The council met with the education ministers within the region to discuss their findings after launching a probe into the report of the leak. Now for today's oil update. Another American oil services company has entered the local market. National Oil Well Varco, a Houston-based oil services company that I've never heard of, to be honest, has opened its first base facility here on the East Bank, just right south of Georgetown, to serve the country's oil and gas sector. The company plans to eventually become 100% Guyanese operated, as they always say, and will expand with a highly trained workforce, just as these companies always say. NOV has already provided services to ExxonMobil and brings technical expertise and equipment to the local energy industry, just as every foreign oil services company comes over here and claims to do. And finally, the Environmental Protection Agency has released the final terms of reference for the environmental impact assessment for ExxonMobil's 6 offshore projects in Guyana, the Whiptail development. The assessment must include a project description, expected contaminants and emissions, characteristics of the installation and production process, and an oil spill response plan. The project is expected to produce between 220,000 and 275,000 barrels of oil per day and will be the last of Exxon's 6 projects in the Scarborough block, bringing total production in Ghana to over 1.3 million barrels per day by 2027.
Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News Views Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question on current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it is to us. Last night I asked, should we keep using the CXC examination?
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
Jay Jairam says the CXE should be abolished. It is not recognized abroad. The GCE should be reinstated. Ghana should partner with the UK to reintroduce British education here. There is currently a watered-down education system. Try compare that to what we had in the 80s to now. Indeed, I agree, it's truly a downgrade. In fact, Makalal Bridgelall agrees with you, saying the GCE is big, so it should be reinstated. Now for tonight's question. The survey says around 70% of Guyanese think our politicians are corrupt. How do you feel about that? Do you agree with the assessment? What can they do to end this perception? I mean, what does that make you feel like? Because that's some heavy stuff. I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out on Monday for another. Until then, I'm Nico Bulford saying, have a great weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ha ha! Good night, folks.